Hello, my name is Tosca Bruno van Vijfheken and I direct the Transnational NGO Leadership Institute, which is housed within the TNGO initiative. We every year host a leadership preparedness program geared towards transnationally operating NGOs. Today, in the program for 2013, I'm undertaking a brief interview with Xiaogang Wei, and he is the executive director of the Beijing Gender and Health Education Institute in China. So thank you, Xiaogang, for offering me the opportunity to interview you. Tell us a little bit more. What's the nature of your institute? What is the nature and what is its mission?
My organization is built in 2002. That was the first, I would say, LGBT organization in China. Our mission is to raise awareness about sexuality, gender, and human rights issues, promoting and advocating the gender and the sex diversity equality in Chinese society.
So raising awareness is an important mission. Anything else about the mission that you want to tell us?
I think it's in our organization. I think one of the most important thing is awareness and visibility. I think because in Chinese society, LGBT are I would say there's no voice about LGBT. So our organization is just to bring the voice to the society.
I see, thank you. So tell us how you personally got involved in activism within China around these issues, and how over time did you become the executive director of the institute that you had?
Actually, I started working with NGO since 2000. I started working with people, organization. They're helping people living with mental disability, and after I started working with NGO helping people living with HIV and AIDS. And in the 2007, I funded this a program called Queer Comrades. It's a webcast. So we're making LGBT films. It just try to bring the diversity image of LGBT people to the society. Because before the 2007, there's not a lot image about LGBT people.
I see.
So this is how I started working with LGBT issues.
Right.
Since 2010, in the beginning of 2010, I was being asked by this, now the Beijing Gender organization, the former leader asked me to be the executive. Yeah. This is a very funny story because I think he got tired of working in an NGO. And also his personal experience, so he just really need to find someone to work on this organization. I only work in a project. I never really working in an organization. So with a lot of support, and they say, maybe I just should try, work in an organization.
And there you are. So when you think about your individual leadership development, what do you want to grow towards? How do you want to grow as a leader?
That's a really good question. I think, I really thinking as a leader, probably really just a few years ago. Before, I'm more like a director. I started with a volunteer.
Right.
And then I become director. And then I start working as an activist, and I think the leader for me is a very different role because that was 2 years ago. I joined this program in LA Gay and Lesbian Center. This kind of leadership program is especially for LGBT activists. So during that time, I really think because for me to think about leader is you have to think about how you helping other people to see the vision. I think that's a leader, different activists. Activists are more I'm working on something and very active and but a leader is more you have to see the vision and also lead other people to see the vision and how we can from here to the vision. So I think that's what I think.
That's what you think is distinctive, huh? Interesting. So in coming to Syracuse to attend the Transnational NGO Leadership Institute, what do you hope to gain from this experience, from this week?
You know, this is really, I would say this is a great opportunity for me because I got recommended by the Ford Foundation. So, and when I see the transnational, it's like, oh, I don't know if I'm not transnational enough. Like, but I'm really glad you guys picked me as like one of the candidate. And,
Right.
and I do think because our organization now, it is like in a transition of like to really start thinking about it from just like a project-based like a organization to move to a little like a national-wise like organization.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm kind of like thinking about maybe that's good to not just learn from this like a training program, also to see what the other leaders what they're doing and learn from them.
Yeah. Could you, by the way, envisage your institute eventually working across national borders outside China, maybe within surrounding neighboring countries? Is that a possibility, or is that still kind of far away from where the amount of work you have to do in China? Because after all, it's probably a fairly socially and even politically sensitive issue, I would imagine.
Actually, we do work with other like foreign like LGBT organizations. We work with Asia. We're a member of like the ALGA.
What's that?
International Gay and Lesbian Association.
I see.
So we also work in the project. We work with some of like LGBT organization overseas, and there's one actually from like Holland.
Oh, I see. I see. So my last question, let me pick one, is, so tell us about one or two moments or insights in attending the Institute that have been important to you in terms of things you have learned, specific things you've learned from attending this program. We're about to enter our last day tomorrow.
Yeah, I would say I learned a lot, but if you say there's a one thing
Just
or one
an
moment,
example.
I would say like yesterday, the last session, like when we all have a form a group to represent different like sector.
Yes.
I think that moment, even I didn't say much things doing this like the talking.
Yeah.
But from the observing of this whole section, it really impacted me on like I see how many way as all the different like the leaders react on this kind of like emergency issues.
Yes.
I think that's a moment, like that's a really great moment for me to learn like, okay, I gain a lot different way to deal with one problem. Because, you know, if you're one person, you can think only a certain way, but now you get like I don't know, 18 people, like the different way to think about how to solve the problem, how to make a plan to solve this emergency problem.
I see. Thank you very much for this interview. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.